In a Revit model or family, you can use the Array tool to create several instances of one or more elements and manipulate them simultaneously. Create a radial array when the elements follow an arc. Create a linear array when the elements follow a straight line. In this example, we'll add tables and chairs to a cafeteria. First, we want to place chairs around a table. Select the chair, and on the Modify tab, click Array. On the Options bar, click Radial. For Move To, select Second to specify the spacing between elements in the array. To specify the angle between elements, you can use the Options bar, or you can define it graphically. The blue dot in the middle of the chair indicates the center of rotation. Drag it to the center of the table. Now click in the center of the chair to start the arc. Move the cursor around the table until the angle shows 60 degrees, and click again to end the arc. A number displays, indicating the number of times to repeat the selected element. Type 6 and press Enter. 6 chairs are placed around the table at 60-degree increments. Now we want to replicate the table and chairs across the cafeteria, creating multiple rows to fill the room. In Revit, you can specify only one direction for a linear array. So first you create a linear array of the table and chairs to create one row. Then you use the row to create another linear array in the other direction. To create the first row of tables and chairs, click the Array tool again. Select the table, then press Ctrl as you select one of the chairs. Notice the tooltip and the dotted outline around the chair, indicating that you have selected an array group. Press Enter to indicate that you're done selecting items to array. On the Options bar, select Linear. Select Group and Associate to place the array items in a group, so the array can be modified later. For number, enter 3. For Move To, select Last, indicating that you will position the last item in the array. The remaining items will be placed evenly between the first and last sets. To define the line for the array, first click in the center of the table. Then click near the lower wall to position the last item in the array. 3 sets of tables and chairs are placed along the line. Press Enter to complete the array. To adjust the spacing of the array elements, select the first or last item and move it as desired. Now you can replicate the row of tables and chairs across the room. Select each set of tables and chairs, click Array, and use the same method to create 3 sets across the room. After creating an array, you can modify it if needed. For instance, select one row of tables and chairs. The array layout line indicates the number of times the items are repeated. To change the number of items, edit the number and press Enter. Now we need to modify the row near the door to remove one table and chair set. When you move the cursor over the table, a blue dotted line surrounds all 3 tables in that row, indicating the row's array. Press Tab and click to select just the array containing one table and chair set. Click the group icon to remove this array item from the group. A warning message displays. Click to dismiss it. Use arrays to quickly create and manage multiple sets of elements in the model.